na yemo akwaba once again efamra PM Media G tunim say name Jera Dr. Bryan Acheampong Edin Komom Chenadri about NPP leadership na and some of our candidate you bet to me akase as I see one opinion no to me say Senkayera honorable king ebe NPP anymore. Come here sure say majority of NPP pennyfo ebe bossy. Nemum come here say baby and namno I say a be more doubt take a crabat. Or the Maya enjoy Dr. Bryan Acheampong Emra.
Television. My guest is Dr. Bryan Acheampong, MP ABTF, former minister, NPP flag bearer aspirant. The titles are plenty, but let me just limit them to that. What is your track record in public office?
Well, I think I listed them.
I mean, so what have you done majorly? Because you are accused of hoarding fertilizers, and because your fertilizer didn't go to the farmer in Tumu or in Hamile, that is why the NPP lost. And this is something that would be...
Who did that?
There are so many things, including the 10 sins of Bryan Acheampong, all slapped on your face. And that you
but I'm interested in the first one, but nobody can say that. Because that never happened.
As Minister for Agriculture.
You can't even use it as propaganda because it didn't happen. It never happened. Nothing of that sort happened. So we can kick that. But I don't think that distribution fertilizer is an achievement in itself.
If it's a government intervention, that would be an achievement.
No, it is not an achievement. It cannot be an achievement. Indeed, if I distributed fertilizer efficiently, in itself cannot be an achievement. Okay. It's the food systems that I developed, ensuring that we have a proper food systems that is able to produce for a growing population year on year. What did we do? Major irrigation infrastructure that started under me, expansion of VIA, expansion of Tammany. Tammany was something that John Mahama in his first term has started, a contract of 14 million. My predecessor, Akoto, extended it to 120 million cedis contract. I took it to 1 billion cedis under Tammany, so that we have enough irrigation infrastructure on that scheme to be able to produce food year on year. Almost 20,000 hectares of land that we developed. 10,000 of that was supposed to be under irrigation to ensure that year on year we are producing food for this country. 3, ensuring that we have enough inputs in the system. In 2023, I made sure that we had almost 3 billion cedis worth of inputs in the system through GOG and the World Bank program and the private sector landed in this country at a price that was not gorging. And that is why this year you see all these bumper harvests in cereals, because all the inputs that were brought into the country last year, because of the dry spell, were not utilized.
So what we are seeing today is a success of a legacy you left, a foundation you left.
I'm saying that we had a plan, a 5-year food security plan on 10 crops and poultry, which plan, when the NDC came in their Feed Ghana document, which is what effectively a planting for food and jobs phase 3, okay, because everything in that document is what we have in the PFJ phase 2 document. That is not bad in itself. But I designed a 5-year food security plan, food systems plan, okay? And we knew the exact grains that will be produced this year, and that is why we were building the first silo to be in Shishi, 100,000 metric tons, to be able to store the grains that was going to come out of this bumper. Every single thing was planned to that detail, okay? That for me is one of the things that I would call achievements in public service.
But we also remember, before you became Minister for Agric, and even when you became Minister for Agric, there was high price of food commodities or food products on the market.
2023.
To the extent that your ministry became a market center where foodstuffs were being brought to be sold. That's not the kind of agriculture we want to see. We want to see the agriculture where it is easy for you to buy foodstuff in the market at Malamata, at Agbogloshi. I don't have to come to Ministry of Agri to buy plantain.
You talked about food inflation, and then you quickly talked about food availability. the question will be confusing. In the food inflation aspect, when I came, food inflation was in the 50s, okay, in 2023. By the time I was leaving, I had brought it down to the low 20s. Now, before I became a minister, I think 2021-22, there was a plantain glut, okay, and because of the lack of processing of those food stuff, we had to find a way, and the transportation challenges, government had to intervene to bring these items to Accra for sale. But that in itself was just an intervention to solve a problem. My program was to develop a food systems that continuously, annually, produces for the citizens, factoring in the population growth over a period. And those systems of irrigation, those systems of planning the inputs required, those systems of planning the farmers, those systems of planning the land, those systems planning the technology to deliver what we consume year on year is what I am talking about.
Okay.
That is what I did. And
so your track record at Agric. Let's talk about the other ministry you served at, Ministry for National Security.
I was just a minister of state.
Yes.
In these ministries, there were portfolio ministers in those ministries, and they were responsible for...
But when that ministry was being called to account for some disturbances we saw, you were the one who sat in that chair.
No, it's not true.
The
The minister was there to account. As a minister of state, I was also called.
Yes, so that's what
I'm saying. The national security coordinator was called.
Yes. But Bryan Acheampong was like seen as a stubborn academy president who everybody wanted to hear from, and people were baying for your blood. I remember that vividly.
I don't know about blood, but I mean, people wanted to hear from me. That in itself is not bad. But to say that I was the one in the chair, about 15 people were interviewed in that process. I was one of them, and it was fair. I think I went through. People felt that I was responsible for certain things. I was being pinned on a comment that I said I did this, and it became obvious that.
Do you think you have been properly cleansed of that tag that was put on you at the time, after you appearing before that committee?
In the minds of who?
Those who were watching, those who were thinking that you were involved and possibly directly involved.
Every single one of them cleansed me. But that's why I went through vetting in Parliament after that. And I had the highest vote. The NDC in Parliament voted for me massively.
Okay. So it's been dealt with. Let's talk about something else. You are from the Eastern region. President Akufo-Addo is from the Eastern region.
Yeah.
You want to be flag bearer of the NPP. Would it work that the same region is going to benefit at the same time? That should it not go to other regions and then come back to Eastern region?
I don't understand that question.
Okay, so
who was the last flag bearer of the NPP?
Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia from the Northeast region.
So after Mahmoud Bawumia, why can't I be flag bearer?
Why don't you let... Okay, so there's this view that there's Dombo, Dankwa, Buzi.
Whose view? Those are archaic...
They don't hold that your party is a national party.
Look, we are moving forward in our life.
That you're a national party built on those three, and that if this one benefits, there's an unwritten rule that lets this...
Aka, Males, Emisata, Nana, 4.
That's NDC.
No, but I'm saying 4. And Atamels from Central Region.
Yes.
NDC, Ghanaians who voted for the NDC and gave them a super majority in Parliament.
Because
we are not electing a flag bearer. We are electing somebody that can win elections. But Ghanaians have taught us that they are beyond this regionalism. They are looking for competence. But they are looking for delivery.
But we always consider
bold
these things.
Leadership. If the Ghanaians considered this, they wouldn't consider NDC after selecting 5 vice presidents from the Central Region.
Because NDC is Rawlings' party.
No, but I'm
NPP
saying,
is 3 people party.
The electorate are Ghanaians.
Yes.
I said the NDC has selected 5. I'm saying that 5 vice presidents have come from the Central Region. Okay, a president has come from the Central Region. That is not an issue. It tells me that Ghanaians are not thinking about that. In any case, the current president is from the northern half of Ghana. Are you saying that after that we cannot go back to the north?
It's an unwritten rule.
But no. So are you writing Baumia off?
No.
That's be a terrible thing to do.
I am saying that it's an
unwritten
rule. That's in the NDC.
Rule. An unwritten rule that what?
That once you go north, you come
can't
south.
go back.
No, you come south and then go north.
Please, make sure
and
that
then
you,
in the NPP too, the
sure
same thing applies.
This one out.
No, I'm not cutting. I'm saying to you that it's an unwritten rule
I agree
that
with
is
you.
discussed.
If it goes
that.
Well, are we talking about flag bearer? Or
it's the same thing.
No.
You're ultimately going to be president.
Exactly.
That's what you're working at.
Exactly. What are you talking about? Presidency or flag bearer?
Flag bearer leading to presidency.
One is ultimate.
Yes.
The ultimate is to choose a flag bearer who becomes president.
Yes, but the point is that, so you've chosen one, that side has not been served yet. So allow that side to be served before the thing rotates to the other regions.
You are talking about within MPP.
Yes, within MPP.
We MPP as a political party, we exist to win elections with the best candidate.
You don't care where the candidate comes from.
No, who do you? Nobody does. We want to win elections, and at any elections, we will put our best foot forward.
There's a view that NPP is an Akan party. Do you agree?
We're a national party. We have votes from everywhere in this country.
Do you think you can win an election as NPP without a candidate being Akan?
Yes.
You believe so?
Yes.
The issue of endorsements, we are told that former President Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo supports you. Is it true?
I'll be very happy if he does. He has not told me.
He has not told
He
you.
has not said it anywhere. But I'm campaigning throughout the country.
Who is endorsing you? We've seen members of parliament endorse
How many
one
of them?
candidate.
How many of them?
No, I mean, I don't want to use number. I'm just saying that, but we've seen many of them.
You are generalizing into a certain propaganda.
No, let me land. We have seen communication being put out. Oh, so many people have endorsed this person. So many people have endorsed this person. Who are the people endorsing Dr. Bryan Acheampong?
I have been endorsed more than all the endorsements that you have seen.
In Parliament?
But how many parliamentarians have endorsed somebody? How many of them? How many of them? There are 209,000 delegates. How many? If you put all the endorsements publicly that have come out, DCs, MPs, individuals, coordinators,
MPs.
I'm saying, if you put every endorsement publicly that have been made by me, by my supporters, publicly, by Kennedy supporters, publicly, by Bawumia supporters, publicly, Educhum and Kennedy, Kwame Acheampong, all the endorsements that has been made publicly, if you put it all together, it is not up to 500.
What's your point?
My point is that there are 209,000 delegates.
Who are all directly connected to these 500
No, it is
people?
not true. It is not true.
Do the 500 people not play
It is
roles?
not about the 500.
If you're an MP, for instance, do the people in your constituency not subscribe to you?
No. In the last election, my constituency, I supported one candidate. Close boys, as we call them, of mine. I asked them to go and vote for a particular candidate. They didn't.
They said they won't do it?
No, they said they would do it. On the grounds, I saw them doing something different.
So it's not automatic that if an MP supports a candidate, the whole constituency supports.
No. Why would we then even waste our time? We will focus on just getting the MPs. Absolutely not.
You went around the regions. You have given me earlier statistics suggesting that you did not fare well as a party in the last election in certain regions. I'm interested in that statistics. Your point is that it's the candidate that causes defeat. And yet, we have also seen regions where you have lone MPs. For instance, where Dr. Gideon Boaku is, he's the only MP from that region.
It will be unfair to even misquote me.
Did I misquote you?
That the candidate caused the elections. I'm saying that
Caused the defeat.
he takes some responsibility
Okay.
for the defeat. Now, but in the record of 2024 is the record of the party and the record of the candidate. Do you understand? And in 7 regions of this country, presidential, 7, NPP did not get a single constituency, 1. But in those 7 constituencies, we won some parliamentary seats. But we could not win a single constituency in 7 regions. Volta, Oti, Upper East, Upper West, Savannah, Bruno East, Western North. We could not win a single constituency. MPP's Western region, presidential, 17 constituencies, presidential, we only won 1. 1. Central, 23 constituencies. Presidential, we won 2. Greater Accra, 34 constituencies. Presidential, we won 2. 2. Parliamentary, we won 5. But presidential, we only won 2 constituencies in 34 constituencies. Our candidate is from Northeast, 6 constituencies. John Mahama is from Savannah, 7 constituencies. John Mahama came to Northeast and won 3 of the 6. We couldn't win a single one in Savannah. We have 88 seats in parliament. We had. In the parliamentary, presidential, we only won 77 constituencies. 199 constituencies in this country. Presidential, we couldn't win 1. 199. The record and the scale of loss when you go in, it's difficult. You see, Akufo-Addo lost. And I'm one of the people that supported him to go again. And it was simple. From Kufuor, even if they lose elections, their vote trajectory is north. Kufuor lost 1996. He got more votes than Adu Boahen. We repeated him 2000. He won. In 2004, Kufuor got more votes than he got in 2000. But he couldn't go again. In 2008, we brought Akufo-Addo. Akufo-Addo's votes were more than what Kufuor got in 2004. It went up. So we repeated him in 2012. Akufo-Addo's vote in 2012 went up more than what he got in 2008. We repeated him in 2016 and he won. And if you remember, Akufo-Addo's votes in 2020 was more than what he had in 2016. At the peak, 6.7 million votes. In 2024, Akufo-Addo and Kufuor, they lost elections, but at all times, their votes went up. In 2024, at the peak of Akufo-Addo's 6.7 million votes, even if we're going to lose, we registered 2 million additional people. The vote should get to 7 million, 7.1. Then we know that we went up, but we still lost. Maru, we dropped from 6.7 to about 4.6 or 4.8 million. 1.9 million vote loss, or 2 million loss from Akufo-Addo's vote.
So this cannot make a case for the repetition of a candidate. That's what you're saying.
But not worse is that the 2 million new registered voters, we couldn't win 1. So everybody loses, their votes go up. You lose, you drop so badly that the risk of curing the governance challenges, people forgiving us, may not apply to the candidate. Like Musa Dankwa said, the challenges that cause the candidate to lose are structural. And I'm quoting Musa Dankwa. And if you listen, you interviewed Napo.
Yes, I did.
And he told you that, he asked you a question. Did the candidate bring the votes from the north?
Yeah, he said that.
The vice presidential candidate asking you, did the presidential candidate, the 7 constituency regions, the 7 regions that we did not win a single constituency, 5 of them are from the northern half of Ghana. Oti, Upper East, Upper West, Savannah, Bunu East. 5, northern half of Ghana. We could not win a single constituency presidential.
When they say that the NPP's defeat was as a result of governance, part of which you agree with, and that governance included all of you, and that you should take responsibility, Akufo-Addo should take the bigger responsibility, Bawumia was just an planqué mate, and so you can't really blame him, he wasn't directly involved. Would you agree with such a comment?
No, I don't. I'm saying that somebody becomes leader.
So everything, does everything get extinguished because of that?
Akufo-Addo was not a candidate. A new candidate must inspire hope. A new candidate must take responsibility of things that did not go well.
Okay, this is Face to Face on Channel 1 Television. Dr. Bryan Acheampong wants to be flag bearer of the NPP. He says to me that on 31st January 2026, he's going to sweep the vote. I'm going to ask him when we come back what his national agenda is, so that after NPP people vote for him and he becomes flag bearer, what is he going to sell to Ghanaians? Does he have that national appeal? What is his base, or what is your message to NPP delegates? Why are you, when you go and meet them, what do you tell them?
We need a unifier.
A unifier.
Somebody that,
look. Means you are not united as a party now.
Thank you, Thor. They threw one out of the bus. Thank you, Thor. You saw that? You heard that?
Yeah, continue.
They threw one of the bus. That your voice is what got us to lose the election. Get off the bus. Okay? Do you think that if he wins, the other candidate will help him win 2028? I didn't think so. Yesterday, on one of the TV stations, UTV, they asked a presidential aspirant, if the other candidate wins, will you help him win 2028? He said, no answer.
Will you?
100%. 100%. I signed a document to that effect. You know, so, and our party...
So you're the one who will unite the party?
Unite both candidates.
Because you believe that the party is disunited.
Yes, and I assure party delegates that I will restore discipline in our party.
You are threatening the people. You want to be soldier man on their head. That's
it's
what.
Not soldier man.
So what is discipline?
What the things that are going on in our political party, there's nowhere on earth can those things happen and you win an elections.
Such as what?
Indiscipline. Everybody talking, insults, regardless of the platform.
Kabi democracy, you want to fight that?
Yanka said the atemna mindibi.
Say na kasa.
Kebi mamin kebi. Decorum. Respecting that you are part of a political party.
Is that not the work of national chairman, national secretary?
I'm saying that.
Why should the flag bearer be the one to do that?
You become one of the leaders of the party. There should be discipline. And somebody must drive that discipline. And I intend to.
What about, continue.
I intend to run an election where everybody becomes a part of it and relevant. A lot of our people felt disenchanted. They didn't feel a part of the elections of 2024. Nobody reached out to them. Nobody provided resources for them to do the work. I assure them that I'll make them relevant. I also assure them that resources for the elections, I will ensure that it gets to the polling station. That's where the elections are.
Were people hoarding resources?
But I'm even up to now, people are hoarding campaign material.
But how would you be able to deal with all of that?
Leadership and accountability. Umaru, if I drive an instruction that this thing must get to Umaru, I make sure. I make sure in management, people will do what you inspect, not what you expect.
So you would inspect?
Absolutely. Absolutely. I will provide the leadership that get results.
That is your message to NPP delegates. What about your message to Ghanaians? So why should Ghanaians be interested in you as flag bearer? Why should Ghanaians who possibly may not have NPP card pray that you are voted for, because why? What will Bryan do for Ghana?
We need to transform our society. We need bold, decisive leadership, one who's gone through the mill of business and understand what it takes to create jobs, generate revenue, and expand infrastructure. One who has gone through the mill of managing employees, the large organizations. One who's gone through the mill of managing complex institutions and organizations. Where we are as a people, Omaru, a lot of our people who even claim to be employed are totally underemployed, underpaid, okay? Just that they don't have a choice. We need to transform our society. People must be more productive than we are today. A lot of men, women are wasting away. I've seen a lot of people joining professions because there's no opportunity. We need to create a system of opportunity where talent can be harnessed.
It's good you mentioned business, a man who owned and ran businesses. This your business was in the news prior to the elections because I've gone to Rock City Hotel. It's a beautiful place. Spend the night there on the Heritage Caravan. In fact, 2 nights. It's very lovely, and especially where you do the discotheque jams. It's club nice. But your company, was said to be engaging in cannibalizing state property. And this was one of the major campaign messages used by the opposition against you. Would you agree that that decision of yours, even though it was done by your corporate side, was an issue of indiscretion?
I think your languages, your English application of English language is cannibalizing.
Oh, how?
But because, first of all, the transaction started in 2021 when I was not a minister.
But you're a member of parliament.
Yes.
Your party was in power.
Conflict
of interest is an interesting subject that you and I don't know about.
No, zero issues of conflict of interest. This transaction, in any case, started, Senate was looking for partners in 2011. Thompson's days. They didn't get partners. The issue came about again in 2017. They were not successful in getting partners. It came up in 2021 where they advertised looking for international companies to come and partner them. 14 companies placed a bid. My company was part of that. It's run independently from me. I knew about the bid. I was very happy that they had the capacity to, and I supported the bid. They placed a bid. 2021 also. 2022, there was no issues. They went through, they were shortlisted in 2022. 3 companies were shortlisted. In 2023, they were still going through the process. There were no issues until my name came up for vice president.
So it was
for consideration. Then it became an issue.
Running mates.
Running mate. Then it became an issue.
Somebody went to choke you?
Let me leave it there.
Oh, maybe you should mention the name for me. Now that the election is over, let me know who went to choke you that, Bryan is buying hotel.
Bryan is not buying a hotel.
Bryan's company is buying hotel.
No, Bryan company sought to partner. But nobody was buying.
Yeah, so my point is that ultimately the campaign from the NDC led by Samuel Blackwell was that you are selling state assets. These people have done before, you are doing it again.
The company, those who on our side masterminded the thing, underestimated, they thought that immediately they were done with it, they could now put a leash on their assigns.
They didn't think.
Well, maybe they didn't think through it. And there was some spillover. But there was nothing illegal about.
And there was nothing indiscretionary?
No, absolutely.
Given another opportunity, you would approve for your company to do what it did?
Where the opportunity arises from.
If the same situation came again?
Yeah, I wouldn't do it.
You wouldn't do it?
You see, in 2021, I was not a minister when the company opted to join a bid, a public tender.
No, what I'm saying is that this matter blew up in what, 2023, 2024?
2024.
Okay. I'm saying that
had gone through a mail.
So I'm saying that if the issues were reversed, I mean, if we got another situation and you were in government, whether as MP or minister, and your company wanted to bid like, would you approve for them to go ahead, or you would say that you didn't?
If I am a minister,
yes,
I will not approve for my company.
Okay.
If I am a minister.
But if you are an influential NPP member of parliament in an NPP government, you don't mind.
But if a government...
MP for Kwehu traditional area.
But if a government is selling something, and there's absolutely no conflict of interest, full disclaimer.
Disclosure.
Full disclosure. There's absolutely nothing. There's an Indian, there's a Lebanese, there's a Ghanaian.
You would go ahead.
And the Ghanaian happens to be me. Oh, sorry, the Ghanaian happens to be a company that I am connected with. And there's no conflict of interest. You be the judge.
We have to go now. How many languages do you speak?
A few.
A few. About which ones? Mention them.
Watch it.
Moko wache vya kama dwini moko na kana o. Ataruga. What other language do you speak? Uyoga, okay. Ntoni owishame afi bola ke won ya bolonya wo seji bolonya wo ntoni owishame. Alo ba yo etwi.
Na be gama
obake wo
obake be ke sane ba he akeje obake
we bola ka
inya me bolonya ba mi panye fani wo fe dana Africa ye bolonya be sane pi ebami accidents ke traffic accidents ke walani ayeni dane akwese no ni baba afine blonya ni wo ba ye wo fe wo soli ni no fiano ni wo ba fe wo Felix koni saniko kabase
o akudo chone ojogba
o ya ni
akudo chone ojogba
stia
I'm